In today's video, we are going over the top 5 Town Hall 13 armies to help you guys 3-star in War and CWL and get the best results on the battlefield. Let's get into it. The first army we're going to be showcasing is the Pekka Smash. The army composition for this strategy is as the following. You will need 5 healers, 4 Pekkas, a couple of regular bowlers and some Coco Loons with headhunters. For your spells you will need at least 2 rage and a jump spell, and taking a super miner with some hogs in your CC with a couple of totem spells will be very beneficial. For your heroes, you will need the following. On the Archer Queen, a giant arrow and a healer puppet. For the King, it will be Earthquake Boots and Spiky Ball. For the Grand Warden, you're going to want Eternal Tome and Raid Gem. The Royal Champion will need Rocket Spear and Electro Boots. Now let's jump into the attack. Here's the Pekka Smash right here, as you can see. So with this attack, you want to make a funnel with the Grand Warden. So you want to have a Warden walk, and you want to take down maybe a small section of the base, or you want to take down a part of the base where you create a funnel for your Pekkas and your ballers to go to the inside. So as of right here, we're clearing out some trash buildings. We could potentially pick off this single target Inferno if we needed to. We're going to speed up the Warden walk just a little bit, as it does take a lot of time for sure. So you need to be a little bit careful right here also to make sure that you can get the job done and push on forward. And this was amazing right here. What the attacker did was that he used the Skelly for that single target Inferno so that the Warden could take it out. And now here come the remainder of his troops down and in so that they can push through and get the job done, which is absolutely amazing right here. Here come the Pekkas, the bowlers, the King, the Queen was over at the 12 o'clock side with the siege barracks to create a funnel. He could have potentially wall broke the Queen in for the Eagle artillery, but again, it's not going to matter too much. Here comes that Warden ability with the raid spell to push them through. Now, we didn't open the first layer of walls, and the main reason is because our troops got stuck on by the CC as well as the opposing Archer Queen, which pulled our troops into the base, which makes the pathing for all of these troops absolutely perfect. Again, the hogs coming out of that siege barracks are going to help clear out the outer ring of defenses around the town hall. Royal Champion deployed from that 3 o'clock side to pick off another compartment of the base. Pekkas are pushing through, jump spell on the back end to make sure everything can get out of the town hall compartment so we can power on through. We're still holding on to that King ability. Finally pop it off as we get close to that single target Inferno, and that's left at 1 shot. We still have all our heroes left on the board right here. Minion Prince is being a little bit annoying, but again, it's so simple. You want to funnel one side with the Warden, funnel the other side with the Archer Queen and the Siege Barracks, Pekkas, bowlers, directly through the heart of the base, and at Town Hall 13, 9 times out of 10, you will definitely 3-star. Army number 2 is going to be RC Charge Dragons at Town Hall 13. For this army, you're going to need at least 11 dragons and 8 rocket balloons, 10 invis spells, 1 earthquake for the Royal Champion, and then super minions inside of your siege barracks with a couple of totem spells. On the heroes, you will need the following. For the Archer Queen, you will need Giant Arrow and Healer Puppet. For the Minion Prince, you want Henchman Puppet as well as the Dark Orb. For the Grand Warden, it's Eternal Tome and Raid Gem. And the Royal Champion will be taking Rocket Spear and Electro Boots. Okay guys, so for this RC Charge Dragons, you will need to do the following. As you can see, early on, the attacker drops his Royal Champion, pops that Rocket Spear instantly, and then uses a couple of Rocket Loons to take out some exterior buildings so that we can set the pathing for the Royal Champion. And now here are going to come those all important invisibility spells to keep this RC alive for as long as possible and to get as much value as we can. You know, taking down these single target Infernos is going to be absolutely huge. Obviously, getting the air sweepers and also the air expos down with a couple of air defenses is going to be fantastic. And this is exactly what this attacker is doing right here. We managed to take out 2 air defenses as of so far. With the air sweeper, we're going to go all the way in towards this Eagle artillery as well. Managed to pick that off, could potentially get a 3rd air defense over here as well. And we lower the clan castle also, which is going to be another bonus as the Royal Champion will be able to pick that off. And look at this, look at the value we have gotten from the Royal Champion charge alone. So if we zoom out, 34% of the base is gone. There's hardly any defenses that can do damage to our dragons except for 1 air defense over at the 9:30, 10 o'clock side. We sent a couple of rocket loons in there to pick up that air defense, which is amazing. Now here comes that Grand Warden with the minion prince and also those dragons. Now if you didn't see it, we popped our queen over at the 6 o'clock side and we managed to snipe the last remaining air defense siege barracks over at the 6 o'clock side. This is going to be used as cleanup to get the job done. As the dragons push on forward, we're going to use the totem spells to be tanking for these dragons as well. And at Town Hall 13, it's going to be so easy. Look at these troops just pushing on through the base, getting the job done, managing to get those 3 stars, and it's as easy as you would like. Like, there's no real explanation needed at this point. You get the RC charge down, you get as much value as you can, try to pick off an eagle, a couple of air defenses. Definitely want that air sweeper. With whatever air defense you have left, use the giant arrow to swat it away. The dragons are going to reign supreme on this base. That's going to be a 3-star. But 3 more strategies for you guys, so let's get into them. Army number 3, one of my all-time favorites for sure, is going to be the Fireball Super Witch. For this one, you're going to want at least 4 Super Witches, 5 healers, a couple of Super Wall Breakers, and a couple of Headhunters with a few cleanup troops. For the spells, you'll need 4 invisibility, at least 1 earthquake spell, and a jump and a rage, which are very important, along with a poison. In your clan castle, you will need a siege barracks 100% of the time for time, and also at least 9 hogs. For your heroes, you will need the following. On the Barbarian King, you want Earthquake Boots and Spiky Ball. For the Archer Queen, it's going to be Giant Arrow and Healer Puppet. For the Grand Warden, it will be the Fireball and the Raid Gem. And for the Royal Champion, Rocket Spear and Electro Boots reign supreme. Alright, let's get into the Super Witch Fireball attack strategy right here. It's going to be an amazing one for sure. You want to drop your Grand Warden and deploy your invisibility spells, and right here, he's landed it on the scatter shot. So basically that clears that whole 7 o'clock compartment. So now once the Grand Warden clears the gold mine and the dark spell factory and potentially this elixir collector, then you have the pathing to go wrap around into the arch tower, into this multi-inferno, into that single directly into this eagle artillery. So we are going to be letting the Grand Warden walk just a little bit. With a Fireball Super Witches, you can let him walk for maybe around about 45 seconds, but you don't want to do any more than that. Taking down the storage is going to be key, and the main reason for that is for pathing. And now we've decided that we're going to go in through the 6 o'clock side. We could have come in through the top side, but the 6 o'clock side also is completely fine because the pathing is still the same. It just means that you save the single target for the end portion of the attack, which is no problem whatsoever. On this one, you get to take out the CC nice and early without any realistic damage other than the eagle artillery and this one scatter shot, so that's going to be more ideal for you as well. Using a totem spell to distract the scatter is going to be nice right here. We still have that Royal Champion. Super Witches are going to push their way through. We use the King ability early, and the main reason for that is so that we can use our jump spell a little bit later on. Now that's going to be a nice tip for you guys for sure, is using that King ability early to open up the early compartment so that you can have the jump spell when you need it for the back end. Now here comes that Royal Champion from the 3 o'clock side. She'll be able to pick up a massive amount of value. In the multi, the Archer Towers make her way up towards the Expo, whilst the Super Witches are tanking all of the damage inside the middle of the base. The Hogs from the Siege Barracks also helping very nicely. We have got 1 invis in case we needed to keep the Royal Champion alive, or we can also use it on those Super Witches if we need. Cleanup is down and around the base right here. And from here, look at how many Super Witches are still alive. We haven't lost anything at the moment. I feel like we started with 4 Super Witches. Now we've got around about 20 of them remaining. And this is going to be fantastic because post-update, this attack strategy is so strong with the buff on the big boys as well. So they can't actually be sprung by spring traps, which is fantastic. Anyways, guys, if you've made it this far in the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Use code BLUE for any in-game purchases. It helps us and it also will help you guys, as we are going to be creating the best content you see daily on YouTube. So attack number 4 is going to be Sui Lalo. This attack strategy is absolutely phenomenal. Since this army relies heavily on the heroes, you want to make sure that you have enough tanking. So an ice golem and a regular golem is 100% required. At least 2 lava hounds with 5 rocket balloons and about 18 regular balloons will be amazing for your main push. A couple of headhunters to kill that CC. And then for your spells, you need a few haste spells, a couple of freezes, a poison, a rage, which will help you push through those loons and get the job done. For the CC, you'll have to take a log launcher along with 2 yetis and a couple of totems. For your heroes, on the Archer Queen, you will need a giant arrow and healer puppet. For the Barbarian Guardian King Spiky Ball and Earthquake Boots. For the Grand Warden, Eternal Tome and Raid Gem is perfect. And for the Royal Champion, of course, Rocket Spear and Electro Boots. Let's jump right into this one. It's going to be a great attack. You're going to see it for yourself. So here comes that giant arrow all across the base, sniping at least an AD, which was fantastic. Which is going to be really good, right? So now we're going to be using an Ice Golem to tank for the Queen, a Golem to tank for the King, and then we are going to use a couple of Rocket Loons and a Baby Dragon for a funnel. The Ice Golem is going to be doing absolute God's work right here. Need to be a little bit careful of the Minion Prince, but the Log Launcher is going to open all the way up for the Town Hall. We ended up using the Rage spell right here on the Archer Queen, which is not too bad whatsoever because we won't need it for our balloons, which is completely fine. This Poison spell was very nice. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the Furnace. We decided to poison as well that Royal Champion just to get the job done. Now we freeze that Town Hall. Log Launcher made it all the way through, opening up that, but the RC is going to be picking that off, which is even better. And now, as you can see, we still have that King ability. A lot of this base has been taken down. Queen is still alive and kicking. RC clearing that top side. King will be able to pick up the scatter over on the back end right here with that ability. Queen pushing into the middle of the base with the tanking of those Yetis will be able to take out this Eagle Artillery very, very easily. Now here comes the Lalo, our Town Hall 13, and this is going to be very, very simple because you'll be able to pick off these exterior defenses as the heroes are going to predominantly take care of the vast majority what is inside the middle. And honestly, you can use your Lalo pretty much as cleanup, and this is exactly what this attacker did right here. A very nice clean attack, swagging a couple of spells, guys. It's all you need for Sui Lalo. It's that simple. The fifth and final army for the top 5 best armies at Town Hall 13 is going to be E-Dragons. So for this one, you want 8 E-Drags, 8 balloons, and a couple of cleanup troops, and maybe a Baby Dragon just to help the pathing of the E-Drags. For your spells, 3 Rage and 3 Freeze are more than enough. And inside of your clan castle, super minions and a siege barracks are going to be vital with a couple of totem spells. For the hero portion, on the Queen, you will have the Giant Arrow as well as the Healer Puppet. For the Minion Prince, Henchman Puppet and Dark Orb is going to be your best friend. The Grand Warden, Eternal Tome and Raid Gem are going to push you through the attack. And Rocket Spear and Electro Boots for the Royal Champion for support is absolutely perfect. So let's jump right into this final attack and we're going to showcase you guys how it's done. So first off, I'm going to pause this quickly. You want to get the Giant Arrow all the way through the base. Unfortunately, he missed this Air Sweeper, but it's not going to be the end of the world right here. We still managed to clear out a couple of defenses, and ideally, it's mainly just for the Queen to get those healer puppets on them so she can walk all the way down that 3 o'clock side. Siege barracks over at the 9 o'clock side just to set another funnel. And this is one thing that you're going to have to utilize quite often. It's going to be Queen on one side, siege barracks on the other side, E-Dragons through the middle, an early warden ability with a double rage spell right here to push them through the early brunt damage of the base. Now you still have that Minion Prince, and you're also still going to be having that Royal Champion as well. The RC is going to come in from the 3 o'clock side just to pick off an exterior air defense that will later cause problems to the E-Dragon, so you want to clear that out as quickly as possible. Minion Prince, of course, absolutely tanky at Town Hall 13. No introduction is needed for this hero. He's going to power on through defenses and get the job done, assisting in tanking for your E-Drags as well. There you have it right there. Picks off a Seeking Air Mine for your E-Dragons, and look, it's so quick, it's so simple. Queen one side, siege barracks the other side, E-Dragons, Minion Prince, Warden through the middle, RC to pick off anything at the outside, and that's going to be a 3-star right there. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.